Hey everyone. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about my story and how and why I got started coaching. So I started my fitness journey about a year and a half ago, um, maybe a little longer, maybe about 2 years ago. Anyways, my life was kind of a mess, and I needed to make a lot of changes, and my weight was kind of the catalyst for a lot of those issues. And so when I decided to make that change, one of the very first things I did was to change my fitness. So at the time, what I did is I went to a gym and I got a personal trainer, and he kind of helped me along the way. I was extremely unhealthy, which you probably would not have guessed just by looking at me. I'm 4'9", so I'm pretty small. I weighed about 125, but I had a body fat percentage of like 31%, something like that. So I was really frighteningly close to kind of the morbidly obese range for my height and weight. And yeah, it was kind of a shock to me because I mean, I knew that I was heavier than I had ever been. I had gone from a size 0 in pants to a size 8. So I knew I needed to make a change. I just wasn't aware of how unhealthy I was. I just thought I was a little fat, but I was really unhealthy. So I made a lot of changes, and having a trainer there for that support, that motivation, that teaching, that accountability was huge for me. I needed that. When I went into the gym, I wasn't like gung-ho, I'm all in, I'm gonna do this. I was doing it because I needed to, not because I loved it and not because I wanted to. After about a month, that changed pretty quickly. I dropped quite a bit of weight, but more than that, my body fat dropped by like 10% after a month and a half. So it fell off really pretty quickly, and those results really was all I needed to see to have that intrinsic motivation. So I had to stop with my personal trainer because I couldn't afford that bill post-divorce. So when Nicole found me on Instagram and she kind of approached me about this opportunity, I was like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna do this myself. I was already in a place where I wanted to help people. I was just going to become a certified personal trainer, and I was going to give out gym plans and that kind of stuff. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? Beachbody's a pretty established company. I mean, duh. And this might be the opportunity that I need to reach more people. So I went into the Glance group and I was like, wow, yeah, this is awesome. And I kind of dove in head first. So when I started, it was a lot of wanting to help other people and being that support. Like, I had the support without having this, massive bill every month, and without having to go to a gym and whatever, all of that. And that's kind of how it started out. And while that continues to be a driving factor in my business, the other driving factor that has come to light more recently, that I think was always there, that I never really acknowledged it because it was kind of a fear of mine, was of being able to provide for my son the same type of lifestyle that he lived when I was married. Keeping him in the private school that he was in, and being able to, buy him presents for his birthday and for Christmas, and, those kind of little things that I at least didn't really think about initially. So Beachbody has kind of given me the opportunity to not live so much paycheck to paycheck. I know that if I run my business and I'm successful, in helping just a few people a month, that I will have extra income coming in. And while I don't necessarily do this solely for the income, because that's not my driving factor, that income coming in is changing my life little by little, whether it's $14 that comes in or it's $200 that comes in. I don't know about you, but $14 buys me a few cartons of eggs. So that's a lot of why I do this. I started because I needed to keep myself accountable and I wanted to help other people. I had never used a Beachbody product in my life when I signed on to Coach. And I very quickly realized what a big, fat, huge mistake I had made my whole life, because I was able to get a really solid workout in 30 minutes where I was spending an hour and a half at the gym. And my son was not very happy with me, to working out with my son. I do size, and Tyler joins right in with me. And when I'm doing 21 Day Fix, he's telling me to move faster and don't give up and do your heavy weights and stop being lazy. And that's my 5-year-old tells me to stop being lazy. But I wouldn't have that little motivator behind me if I was still going to the gym as my sole workout. So that's a little bit of my story. I hope you enjoyed it and that maybe it reached a part of you that you can connect with.